Welcome to episode 2 of the RedZone Podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Point du Jour, and today we are going to be recapping the Calgary Stampeders season opener last Thursday against the BC Lions, and we're going to be previewing their next game this Thursday against the Ottawa Redblacks. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So last Thursday, the Calgary Stampeders fell to the BC Lions 25-15. Not a great game by the Stamps, and that's putting it lightly. Only scoring 15 points. And my first point was, where was the running game? We went away from Ka'Deem really early. We started passing the ball on first down, and it got us in a second and long, or we couldn't complete it, so it was basically 2nd and 10, and we had to pass then, and it was just passing for the entire drive, which I did not get because Ka'Deem is probably the best running back in the league. And my season preview, I said the running game, we have to rely on the running game this year if we want any chance of winning the Grey Cup. Not saying Mayer can't lead us, but he's not really the passer like Rourke was or Caleris is. So he's really an efficient passer, but not one of those, he's going to get us like 300 yards or he's going to get the Stamps 300 yards. Nothing like that. But the run game was non-existent. I mean, as a team, 13 carries for 91 yards. For BC, 24 for 123 yards. So they got over 100 and we couldn't even get over the 100 plateau. That I think was really unacceptable because we are a running team and we start with the run. Which gets me to my second point, the passing game. Jake Mayer, 36 passing attempts. He went 20 for 36, so not really that efficient. Only 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but that touchdown did come late in the game to Trey Odoms-Dukes, who had a pretty good game. 7 receptions for 75 yards, and obviously that touchdown late, but it came really late. We just started to kind of gain some momentum on offense, but it was, again, too late, and BC closed out the game. It remained close, which I was surprised, but because I thought BC was going to run away with it. They looked in mid-season form. Vernon Adams Jr., he had a big game, 28 for 36, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Dominique Rhymes, it seems like he was targeting him a lot. 8 receptions, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, really early in this game. They were up 14-0, BC was, and a lot of that was just them like passing the ball very efficiently. Not big throws, not over-the-top throws, really mid-range throws, 5 yards, 7 yards, and they were completing him, and they were getting downfield way too easily. Our defense was just not there in the first half. And it shouldn't have been 14-0 because Paredes, he missed 2, I think an extra point and a field goal, something like that. He missed, or not an extra point because we didn't really have an extra point until later, but I think 2 field goals he missed. So 6 points on the board right there that he missed, and he is not the one to miss kicks really ever. He has one of the highest percentages for a kicker in CFL history. So that was really weird to see him miss as much as he did. And it's not even that. It's on offense that we didn't throw the ball efficiently. Mayer did not throw it efficiently, even with the 36 pass attempts he had, which I think was a little too much. Low yardage, 154 is not high. And we couldn't convert off of Cameron Judge's interception. I think it was in the first half. Couldn't convert off of it. And, couldn't stop the BC momentum. I think we got a field goal. I think Paredes missed it. So either he made it or missed it. I don't know. But we couldn't convert and get a touchdown off of that because we went back to the passing game. which did not do well. So that's going to be a point of emphasis in the next game, is to run the ball way more than we did, and converting on, first down, getting 5-6 yards on first down, and then you get into a second and manageable, then getting behind and getting on a 2nd and 10 or a 2nd and 15 when, the passing game is just not working. But yeah, so that's basically a recap of this game. Not good at all, and it's gonna have to be way better. That's probably the worst game we're gonna play all year, hopefully, because we're not gonna win a playoff game like that. I get it; it's week 1, it's what's gonna happen, but I did not expect it to be that bad. The final point before we move on to the preview of our next game against Ottawa is the attendance woes. It's been like this for a few years now. Low attendance, 20,000, 22. We should have 25 plus thousand every single game because we've made the playoffs, I think, 18 straight years. So there's no excuse not to have good attendance at games. Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, they're having very good attendance and we're not, which is really weird. I get it was a Thursday night game. Kids go to school, but I feel like you can get more than 17,000. And that's only paid attendance. So it may have been lower because it was sunny day. It was sunny afternoon type. And yeah, there's just no excuse that we should have that low of attendance. Even Saskatchewan and Winnipeg, they have higher attendance. They're ranging from 7,000 about average to 30. So even Edmonton up north, they had 32,000 at their season opener. And guess what? They haven't even won a home game. Still, they didn't win the season opener. So they haven't won a home game since 2019. I think it was October. So there's no excuse. There's no real excuse for this. We need to improve it. And I think it will get better since our next home game is against Saskatchewan. And Saskatchewan fans like to travel with the team. So I think that'll put a plus on our attendance. Saskatchewan fans, putting addition on our attendance numbers is not really great. You kind of want your own fans. So hopefully, it's on a Saturday and it should help. So let's hope that goes up. Now let's get to our preview of the next game against the Ottawa Redblacks this Thursday in Ottawa at TD Place. Our first topic, no Mazzoli for the second straight week. He will be out. He was, before the season, I think he was only going to be out for 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the season. So we'll see what the update is on him after this week and see if he's going to be playing next week, because I think why I had them making the playoffs this year in my season preview last week was because of Mazzoli. I had him as a quarterback, not Nick Arbuckle. So who had a bad week. Nick Arbuckle had 3 interceptions. He was not good. He was turning the ball over and just no consistency on the offensive end for Ottawa, even though they only lost by 7, which seems to be the trend, a bad offensive game for teams in week 1, but only losing by this many points. So let's hope that he can have a better week. Let's hope Jake Mayer can have a better week and Calgary can come out with the win. Officially, no Ka'Deem Carey for week 2. And he will be out with a toe injury. We don't know the extent of the injury, like how long it's going to be. But fortunately, we do have good backup running backs like Peyton Logan. He had 3 carries for 34 yards against BC. So hopefully he can have way more carries than that, 10 plus, and have more yards and hopefully have a touchdown. Who knows? And obviously, we need to be more efficient. We need to go to the running game early against Ottawa. I like Ottawa's defense. I think they're going to be good on Thursday. They obviously want, some revenge after they lost in week 1. So that's going to be intriguing to see. So that was a little bit of a preview for the game against Ottawa. that'll do it for this podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Let's hope that Calgary can push through and beat Ottawa without their leading rusher. Let's hope the running game gets more involved and that Jake Mayer is more efficient with his throws. I would like to see maybe 20 pass attempts, maybe 15 to 20, and an efficient 15 and 20. So let's hope that's the case. And we'll see you right back here next Wednesday to recap the game against Ottawa and preview the game next Saturday against Saskatchewan. Until then, we'll see you later. Peace.